Alright, with the house getting close to being done, time to wrap up some of the last final items to pass the final inspection. One of the things that I'm responsible for is some sort of staircase off the back of the property. This summer I'm going to lay a patio out here, so what I'm building here is absolutely temporary, just to pass the final inspection and get me through the next couple months until I build the patio. So what I'm going to do here is build a 4-step staircase that's 4 foot wide. This drop is 2 foot, and I'm going to have them come out 3 feet. Let's go take a look at how we lay this out and get started. Okay, laying out the riser here, we have a 24-inch drop, we have a 36-inch run. We're going to go with 4 steps. And basically what I do here is lay this out, rise versus run. I come up with a distance down from this perspective that I want that to be the flat there. I multiply that times the rise and the run to get what that equivalent distance is here. And what that's going to do is ensure that you have a consistent distance between the end of each of these steps in there. Then I measure the entire thickness of my board, run that across here, and you see that each one of the steps is going to come just about to where that vertex hits there. So I'll have them stick out ever so slightly forward or beyond that, just as the lip of the step. But that gives me the dimensions for the risers, and I'm going to go get that laid out and cut those. Okay, getting ready to lay these stringers out. First thing I do is get a couple pieces of wood, lay them out at a 90-degree angle, and just attach them with the board there just as a rough jig. Next I'm going to replicate those dimensions that we had on the board. So remember, we had a 24-inch drop and we had a 36-inch run. We had a 3-inch spacing here, so I took the 3 inches off of the 24. This is where my stringer will cross this line. And then we had a 4.5-inch gap here, so this is where my stringer will cross this line. So I'll take the stringer, lay it across here, crossing the boards here, and then I will mark this here and this here on there as well, and that should give me the dimensions I need to cut that stringer out. Okay, let me explain what I did here. So this is where this board crossed here. It's where it crossed here. It's where it crossed here. And here. So those give me the marks that I had on the paper. Then I transferred this mark up. Excuse me. Then I transferred this mark up to this surface. Same here, connect those two, did a 90-degree from there to there, and then same down there. So I'm going to go cut this with the circular saw, and then I'm going to trace this onto the other riser. I'm not going to measure it again. That way, if I'm off at all very slightly with these measurements, they're identical, and the stairs will be straight. Okay, now that we have the stringers cut, the next thing to do is to cut these small triangles. These are going to be screwed to the inside of the stringers, and that's what the kick plate and the step will actually be screwed down to. So, since we have 36-inch of total length, that's and 4 steps, that's going to be a 9-inch long step. It'll actually be a little bit more than that because I have 10-inch board, so that's 9 1/4. So I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch off of that because I want my kick plate to fit underneath there. and then I'll have a 1/4 inch overhang. So this will be 8 1/4 for the regular steps. This will be just under 6. So what I'll do is I'll cut a 9 by 6, and then I'll cut 3/4 of an inch off to make room for that kick plate. So let me get these cut and then we'll put them together. Alright, now that we got the stringer cut, I'm going to lay it out now. So this is your 24-inch drop, your 36-inch run. So each of these steps is going to be 9 inches long. It's going to have a kick plate underneath of it, and then there'll be a 1/4 of an inch extension basically beyond the kick plate that extends beyond there. So it'll be something like that. So first thing I'm going to do is get this on here, score that across. I'm going to take my square, put it right up to this corner. There's my 9 inches. And I'm going to come down six inches. Then I'm going to come over 9 inches again. Keep doing that until I got all 4 of my steps laid out. That should leave 9 inches left. So I still need to get that ground leveled and those dug in. That top step will be level with the brick right here. So we got a little bit of work to do. Not going to do that tonight, just because of how muddy it is, and it's getting a little bit late. But I think you get close to the picture. 4 steps, all the same height, all the same length. We'll get it dug in, get some handrails up on each side, and again, this is just temporary. If I was doing anything more permanent, I would use pressure treated or cedar, but again, this is just something quick so that we could pass the final inspection, have something on the back of the house, and then this summer we'll come back and put a nice patio back here and come up with a more permanent solution to come down out of the house. Alright, there we go. I have the stairs all dug in and a rough railing put up here. Good and solid, they're not going anywhere. Again, this is just temporary. These aren't the materials that I would use if I was building something permanent. This is just to get me through the next couple months and allow me to pass the final home inspection. I have it sit nice and square there. Just a rough railing, just using some scrap 2x4s that I had around. It's not connected to the house at all. It's just dug in. I dug the ground level, got everything into place, and then packed a little bit of dirt around it to give it some stability. But it doesn't really move much at all, and should be plenty good to get me through the next couple months until the patio goes in. So that's a wrap for this quick project. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment. Also give me a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more projects like this. Thanks for watching.